We have a lot of news today, but where do we even start? I mean, there's so much to talk about, really.
There's a lot of things. I suppose we'll start with Diablo. Rumors of Diablo 2 resurrected, I guess, because everyone's been talking about it.
Diablo 2 resurrected. What's the scoop? What's the scoop on that?
So Act 2 Gaming are a French company. They post things, and I actually read it on Forbes, not on their actual site.
Oh, wow.
They're saying they're making a company. I never remember the name. They're making, well, I don't know whether it's a remake or they're remastering it. It's not really clear. I suppose Resurrected is maybe more of a remaster.
Yeah, it sounds like because they did Reforged with Warcraft 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably like a remake, but we're just speculating anyway, I guess.
Yeah, because you said you've shown the stream the article where they said that it wouldn't be possible because they lost all of the original data and they wouldn't be able to do anything like this. So it's a little strange.
Yeah. Two of the original creators, like Max Schaefer, and I think a few more of the original Diablo devs said that they lost the code or they don't have the original source code anymore. So they would have to reverse engineer it, I guess like they did with WoW Classic, where they use the current game and then strip it away back down. So they'd have to do like how they made a Darkening of Tristram event in Diablo 3. They'd have to do something like that, I guess, with Diablo 2. I mean, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. I find it a bit weird. I know like people were expecting something along those lines at BlizzCon. There was lots of talk about maybe a Diablo 2 thing. People had seen it in the background when they were on the stage and things. I wasn't so convinced because, they've got all the hype about D4, Immortals coming. I don't know whether, I know D4's quite a while away, but surely they would want the focus on Immortal right now, I would have thought.
Yeah, I got to talk to the devs at BlizzCon, like the D4 devs, and what I was getting from them was Diablo 4 is like a reboot to the whole series, and they wanted everyone to focus on it. And that's why they didn't talk about Diablo 3 or like Diablo Immortal. And they had a new patch for Immortal. They had like ultimate abilities that they added and all kinds of stuff, like escort missions. But they wanted Diablo 4 to be the star because it's kind of like a soft reboot for the franchise. So it would be weird to have Diablo 2 unless it's just a remaster, like there's updated graphics just to, preserve the legacy of the game for like a new generation, or just so we can enjoy the game in HD, I guess,
Yeah, they did make a big point this week of announcing some maintenance for D2, which I found was a bit strange because we don't normally, get that on, especially on social media and Twitter and things. I've not really seen them in the past say anything about that. So that was a little strange, I guess. But I think it was Adam that had tweeted about it as well. But he is into D2, so maybe, that makes sense for him to do that.
Yeah, are they planting little seeds for a D2 remaster, or is he just into D2, and he's been tweeting like, should I start this character or that character? So I don't know if he's just doing it naturally, because he does seem to tweet however he tweets a lot. So it could just be like conveying how he's feeling at the time, or are they planting seeds for the future? As now it's like, confusing.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I remembered the name of the studio that's supposedly working on it is Vicarious Visions. They've worked on other things with Activision. I think it was Destiny 2 they worked on, Warmind. They helped port it over to PC. So they have worked with them. I'm just not sure that it's a real thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
The guy Metro hasn't said anything, has he? And he's been the one in the past to kind of put Overwatch 2 out there. And
yeah, so context, I guess, if you don't know the full story, there's a Twitter guy named Metro, and he supposedly knows somebody that works at Blizzard, like in the high ups. And that's where this article even used their source from. This is where they even got their information from. He's the guy who broke the story. And then you see all these articles, like, the website to break Diablo 2 Remaster Well, that's not true. Metro was the one who broke it, and they just kind of reported what he said. So, yeah, he predicted like 2 or 3 things 2 years ago at BlizzCon, and then he predicted Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 before last BlizzCon, and then everyone just kind of piggybacked off of what he said. But he did say 2 years ago we're getting Diablo 4. So, or he said last year we're getting D4, and we didn't get it. That was one of the things that didn't come true. So, it might be happening. It might not be happening. The Diablo 2 remaster may or may not be happening. We don't know for sure. I would be interested in it just to play it and relive, Diablo 2. And it's kind of cool. But with no new content, there's not like a lot of discovery, I guess, for me.
Yeah, I've never played Diablo 2 at all.
Oh my god!
I've watched it. I have watched it. I've watched some speed runs and things like that. It's very different to Diablo 3, as is Diablo 4 looking to be very different as well. So maybe I'd try it if they did it. But I don't see myself going out and buying Diablo 2 as it is now. Maybe, they're trying to, I don't know, give people something else to do, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's happening, but I'm just being skeptical because I don't see why they would want to put focus on something when they've got new things coming out. And yeah, I'm not so sure that it's actually happening. It might do and surprises, but for now, I'm saying probably not.
Yeah. It seems like it'd be a good marketing plan just to whet everyone's appetite before D4 comes out. Like, when they do stuff like that, it's almost like a marketing, like, remember we made this legendary game, Diablo 2? Yeah. Oh, here's Diablo 4, you know what I mean? Like, kind of, and there's a lot of similarities between the two in terms of like art style, and the classes are all pretty much D2 classes that we know of right now. So it seems to be like a good marketing plan. But yeah, I mean, I'm more focused on the new stuff. I want to know what we're playing for the next 10 years, 20 years, or I guess 10 years. I want to know D4, so.
See, my other doubt as well is we had news yesterday that Tony Hawk's is game remastered, and it's the same studio. So Vicarious Visions is the same studio that is doing the Tony Hawk's. So if they're going to officially announce the Tony Hawk's happening, wouldn't they have officially announced the Diablo 2 thing happening too?
I don't. It might be a BlizzCon announcement. I don't know, because it's like a big thing. So they might be like, and available today for download, Diablo 2 Remaster. It could be, but it might. They almost never do that. It took like over a year for Warcraft 3 to even come out. So and it was buggy and all that stuff, and pissed people off.
It just seems to be like a lot surrounding this one company, Vicarious Visions. I've never really heard of them before. But now all of a sudden they've apparently worked on things in the past. They're now working on this. Supposedly they're working on the Diablo 2. So it's a bit, I don't know, it's a little strange for me that all of a sudden this company has been highlighted like 3 times pretty quickly. So
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'd be interested to look into them and see what else they actually work on other than, just Blizzard or Activision things.
The Tony Hawk trailer looks really good, but I don't know the validity. You know what I mean? Like a lot of trailers look good and they don't translate well. Even demos are really good. But I was a huge fan of Tony Hawk 2. I can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah, I loved it. I played it so much. I was hooked on it. I'd sit there with my dad and we'd both play. My dad wasn't very good. He couldn't do many tricks or anything. So it was always coming to the challenges. It was always, I bet you can't do this, because he knows how competitive I am. And if you bet me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. So yeah, there was many a late night of me, staying up late and being tired for school the next day because I was playing Tony Hawk's.
That's awesome. Yeah, me and my friends used to always compete. I think in the warehouse level, that was like the battle. That was like the battle level. And then, and then you unlock all the different videos for the different skaters. It was really fun. Good times. Yeah,
it was a brilliant game. The only sad thing is I noticed that they're putting their PC onto Epic Launcher, which is a little sad for me.
I saw that and I was like, wait, why is it on the Epic Launcher? Doesn't Activision Blizzard have a launcher that's pretty popular?
It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what their reasoning for it is. Why would they want to give money to somebody else rather than keep it all for themselves on their own platform. It's a little
because they have to give them a
bizarre.
cut of the sales. It's weird,
Yeah.
And then they're
It's
probably
really strange.
Vicarious Visions or whatever probably gets a royalty or some kind of cut maybe too. So
Yeah, it is very strange. I don't know why they would do it. But it's on all platforms, Xbox and whatnot, just not the Switch, which I find is a little sad.
That would have been good on the Switch, little Tony Hawk on the go.